After I did my life update on here, you guys' responses have been so warm. I've missed doing this, for real. I'm so happy that a lot of people reached out to me and asked me about therapy and things that I've been doing and how much it's helped me and what it's been doing for me exactly. Therapy has been one of the most life-changing things I've done for myself, and I say that with no exaggeration. Therapy has helped me to understand how my mind works, how I have and I still process trauma, how I navigate relationships with my friends, colleagues, how I handle my faith, and especially the way I see myself and love myself now. So in this video, I want to share a few of the biggest life lessons that therapy has taught me so far, things that have completely helped change the way I live my life now, especially as I am no longer living in survival mode. Can we thank God for that? Lesson 1, I was never crazy. My mind was just responding to trauma. So first of all, one of the first things that therapy helped me realize is that I was never actually crazy, because for the longest time, I genuinely believed that there was something wrong with me. My reactions to life at a point were extremely intense. I remember there were times that I would second guess myself over and over again. I never trusted my instincts. And I am someone who's very sensitive. We have started again. I'm someone who's very sensitive spiritually, but there were so many times that I neglected that part of me, more so because it took me a long time to accept and trust that spiritual side to myself. And I don't say it in a scary way, like, not to sound so deep, I am a spiritual person. Sorry if it sounds mystical, I don't even mean that, but it's true. I don't know how best to explain. A lot of the times my emotions and my negative self-talk were either too big or way too confusing for me to handle. So I would just ignore my instincts a lot of the time and end up making a lot of bad decisions. When somebody goes through so much trauma, especially early trauma, it interrupts the way your psyche in your brain develops. But it helps you to understand that your brain isn't broken, there's nothing wrong with you. So when I started to understand all these things more, it gave me the space to be a lot more compassionate for myself. So instead of asking what was wrong with me, I started asking what happened to me. And that way I started to take time to process my emotions and give myself a lot more grace. And if you guys can relate to what I'm saying, this is how you break out of survival mode. A lot of people are walking around carrying trauma that they don't even realize that they're carrying. Lesson 2, being truthful made me the black sheep. Another thing that therapy has helped me to understand about myself is why I was always the black sheep. I've always been someone who speaks the truth, even when it's uncomfortable and when no one wants to hear it. And I've clocked that, unfortunately, a lot of people don't like me for that. And what I have realized is that environments where people avoid the truth, let's say in church, for example, because this happens it happens too much. The person who speaks out a lot and is too honest is often the problem. And that explains so much as to why I've suffered so much rejection in certain communities. And if I understood this earlier, I might have probably been way more confident in my identity and more accepting in who I am and being proud of my honesty, because I should have been. A lot of people don't like accountability. People hide from the truth. And I've never been that person. So I've owned it now. Back then, I would have understood that sometimes clarity makes people uncomfortable. So if, like me, you've ever felt like an outsider for being too honest or for being too aware, sometimes it's not always a flaw, you know. Sometimes it's just a sign of self-awareness. So big up to us, man. Lesson 3, my relationship with God is real. Therapy has also helped me to become so much more confident in God, in my relationship with God. For too long, I questioned my spiritual experiences. I was worried that people would think that I'm like making things up or being too emotional. I am someone that hears from God a lot. Like, I've had spiritual experiences back from when I was in nursery. Like, I still remember these things so clearly. But one of the most healing things, I promise you guys, like one of the most healing things has been having a therapist who listens to my experiences from God without dismissing them. She actually understood all the things I would describe. And that helped me to realize that my relationship with God is something very deep and very personal for me. And my God has proved himself time and time again. Like, sometimes when I think about things, like, it blows my mind. Maybe it's something that I can dig deeper into another video. If you guys want to know, let me know. But it has taught me that my faith and mental health don't have to be in conflict. And if you are someone that understands the spiritual realm, a lot of mentally unwell people are actually spiritually awake. And it takes a lot of wisdom and maturity to understand something like that. So for my Christians and people of faith, you can go to therapy and still have a strong spiritual life. Okay. For me, therapy didn't take away or replace God. It actually helped me to trust him more. He's a loving father, guys. He really is, man. I'll never forget the day my therapist dropped this bomb and she said to me, "Precious, men might be the blind spot for you." It hit me hard, man. I said, whoa. Honestly, like, I love her realness. Someone that is real with you is someone that really cares about you. So therapy has helped me to now understand that before building a healthy relationship with anyone else, even friends, I have to build a healthy relationship with myself first before anything. So right now in life, I have made the conscious decision to always put myself first. Not in a selfish way though, but in a healing way. Learning to love yourself first is something that no one else can do for you. And the focus becomes constant healing and choosing peace for real. Like deliberate. You have to be so deliberate about it. If not, how much do you really love yourself? Lesson 5, motherhood is my number one priority. Another huge thing that therapy has helped me to understand is the importance of motherhood, being a mom. My priority is my daughter's safety before anything else. As a mom, when you prioritize yourself, it works hand in hand with how you prioritize your children. My child's happiness and emotional safety comes before all of that. And as a child, this actually shapes how you grow and develop in life. So for me, a lot of my therapy isn't just about healing my past. It's about changing the future for my child. So on that note, guys, if there's one thing you take from this video, therapy doesn't mean something is wrong with you. Sometimes it means that you're just ready to like take accountability and understand yourself, helping me to choose healthier relationships and a much clearer sense of who I am. And if you've been thinking about trying therapy, I really encourage you to look into it. And if you're someone who's been thinking about trying therapy, I really encourage you to give it a chance for real. The right therapist can genuinely change your life, I promise you. So guys, thank you for listening again and thank you for being a part of my journey. Let me know if anything that I said resonates with you or if you have any questions. Bye for now.